Hello guys, welcome back to this video. We are still on the information and communication technology paper 2-1 February March 2024. So for this video I'm going to start with the database aspect. Okay, so you are now going to prepare some reports. Make sure all currency values display the same currency symbol and are set to 2 decimal places. Okay, so there's no mention of a particular currency symbol here, so which means any type of any currency symbol will be fine. Okay, but everything has to be in 2 decimal places right here. Okay, so number 11, examine the file co2games.csv and identify the most appropriate field to set as a primary key. Close this file. Okay, so first of all, let's go and open that file co2games.csv here. So let's open that, and then we are going to actually, from the question, we're going to identify the most appropriate field to set as primary key. Okay, so so our job now is to visually look at the fields to see which one will be more appropriate. So as you can see, the gen code here will possibly be a primary key, but of course there's already repetition, so I can see G11 here multiple times. Okay, so the gen code may not be able to be a primary key. The same thing here, age code, I see C16 here, and then I already see C16 here, so which means that age code may not be the primary key. And if you take a look at the rest of the fields, you can tell that the most likely primary key will be the game code. Okay, the game code. So one of the ways you can check about primary key is to check for duplicates. So already visually I can tell that the gen code and the age code, are not qualified to be the primary key. So game code most likely. So now let me test the game code. So what I normally do is to go and is to select the column and then go to data and then go to remove duplicate. Okay, so whatever changes I make here, I don't save it, I just undo, or I close it without saving, right? So I don't want it to expand. Continue with the current selection. So I will attempt to remove duplicate, which is on column C, and then when I OK that, you will see that the Excel has no duplicate values for this column. Okay, so that makes it a good column for primary key. You can also use a conditional formatting if you want to. Okay, if you want to, you can go to a conditional formatting and then go to rules and then go to duplicate. So the duplicated cells will be highlighted, but I love to use remove duplicate. Okay, so by virtue of this, game code will be the most appropriate column for primary key. So game code, yes. Okay, so I can close this, don't save, and then we can continue, because the question practically says I should close this file. Okay, so using database software, import the file co2games.csv. Use these field names and data types, so which is, they are all in the table, and then set the identified field as the primary key. Save the data. Okay, so let's go ahead to actually import the file, right? co2games.csv. okay, so what I'm going to do, let me open my database, open new database here, and then I'm going to actually direct it to my work area here. So I want everything to be in the work area. I'll just leave it as database 6. It doesn't really matter. I will create, close this default table here, and then I want to go to external file, and then a new data source from file, text file. You want to browse for the file, so co2games.csv. You open that and then okay that. We can go next and then choose first row contains field names here, and then go ahead and forward and then choose your primary key here. So this time our primary key will be the game code, and then I'll go next. Here I'm not going to set the data types. I'm just going to finish importation. I want to be sure that I don't get any importation error. Of course not. Okay, so I can now set the data types and all that is required from the table when I must have imported the file. So I can open the file and then go home, and then from here design view here. So let's see what we have here. So I have game title as text, which is short text here. I'm okay with that. Then I have release year, which is a number, so it has to be integer, and of course the store will be integer, and then of course I have a display as 0 decimal places. So I'm going to click on it. So as you can see here, the file size will be integer, which is long integer here, which is fine. And then of course the decimal places has to be 0, so I need to make it 0, force it to be 0. Okay, that is release year, right? Good. So let me see if it applies. Okay, that release year, where is release year here? Okay, so that should be fine. Release year should be fine here. Okay. Is there any decimal place anywhere here? I don't think so. So I think it's fine actually. All right. So the next one will be the gen code. The gen code to age code, they're all text. In fact, to game publisher, they are all text. So let's see that game publisher, they are all text, short text in this case, which is fine for me. Then price. So I love to set price to currency. I love to set it to currency, and then decimal places. Okay, it has to be, of course, it will be in decimal. So how many decimal currency symbol with 2 decimal places? So we have to have a currency symbol with 2 decimal places. Okay, so I will come down to decimal places here, make sure it's in 2 decimal places. Yeah, so let's see what happens here. So let's view this, save changes. Yes, I'm okay with that. So currency symbol, so you can see they are all in 2 decimal places, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay, so let me change the currency to euros or something. Let me just have it to something universal, right? So for format, the currency here, I want to take it to euro. So I just want to have something universal, not naira. Okay, nothing against naira actually. It's just that I want to have something universal. That's all. Okay, euros. Okay, so I've changed currency. What else? Okay, I think that's fine for that. So the next one will be the console and platform. They are all in text. I don't have to do anything over there. Console type and platform, they are all in text. So global sales number. Okay, decimal places, it will have to be 2 decimal places. So global sales, how to click on it, and then of course it's actually double, which indicates decimal. Here it's double, which indicates decimal. Sorry. Okay, look up. Where are you? Where did I even click? Okay, field size. Oops. Let me remove that. That should be gone by now. Let's see, long integer, please. No, not long integer, but what's it called? I changed this to from double to replicate. Sorry, so I need to click again on double. I need to make it double, please. It's supposed to be double because it's actually is in decimal here. So decimal means double. Okay, so let me take it back to 2 decimal places. Okay, so whenever you're working, I think you need to be careful on what you click. Okay, so here I just click on something and then I had to resolve that quite immediately. Okay, so sorry, so here the decimal place has to be 2. Okay, so I'm fine with that. So the next one will be the number, the rank, 0 decimal places. So I'm gonna click on there. Long integer, I think so. That's okay, integer, yeah. And then of course it has to be 0 decimal places. Yeah. So let me check the global sales. Let me just be sure global sales is in 2 decimal places. So global sales, let's see if it's in 2 decimal places. I think everything here is in 2 decimal places. But this one is not into 2 decimal places. So for the global sales, for everything, in fact, even 8.9 is not in 2 decimal places yet. So for everything to be in 2 decimal places, I think one thing you have to do is to go to you have to click on the data type. You have to go to format here and then make sure that it is fixed. Choose fixed and then okay that, and then see that everything 8.9 was 8.9 here, this one. So everything will be in 2 decimal places. So take note of that. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I think that's about it. And then of course, what do we have? The range, sorry, the rank has to be in 0 decimal place. So most of the times you'll be required to check that everything is the data appears the way you want it. Okay. So most of the times, basically for these decimal places, for this global sales. Okay. Some data like that. Okay. So let's see the next thing. So set the identified field as primary key, which I've done. Save the data. Okay, we can save the data. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and the primary key used in the table. Okay, so let's go ahead to do that. So let's go back to design view here. So I have game code as the primary key, so I can actually take a screenshot now. So take a screenshot. This is what is needed. I'll just copy that. Okay. So let me see, which step is this? This is step 11. So let's go to our evidence and then paste this as our step 11. Okay. So that'll be fine for that. So let me go ahead to save my changes. I'm going to save my changes and probably close that. Thank you. So number 12, import the file co2 classification.csv as a new table in your database. Use the field names and data types provided. Okay. Set the age code as a primary key. Okay. So let's go ahead to import the file classification. So we go to external data, sorry. And then from here, from file to text file, we want to browse. We are interested in classification. Then we open that and then okay. Next. First row contains field names. Next. Next. So we need to use age code as a primary key. Let me be sure. Yes, age code will be the primary key here. So age code, yes. So we can go next. And then we can finish. Making sure that there's no error. If there's error, you need to actually rectify it before you go further. Okay. All right. So place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used in the table. Okay, so we're gonna open the classification and then go to home tab and then switch to design view, and then of course take a screenshot of this, making sure that there's a primary key on it, which we are sure of, and then we can copy this, and then in our evidence step 12 I can paste this here. Okay, so that would be that. So step 13, import the file co2 general.csv as a new table in your database. Use the field names and data types provided. Okay, use the field names and data types provided. Set gen code as a primary key, just like we did in 12. Okay, so let's go ahead to do that. So general, so we want to, let me save these changes and then close this, and then go to external data, and then from here new data source, from file, and then text file, browse for my data. Yep, general, open that. Okay, next. First row contains field list. Next. Here we need to choose a primary key, which is let me be sure again, gen code. Okay, gen code is already selected as a primary key, so we're good with that. So I can go next and then finish up. Okay, so we have our general here. So let me just open that. So this is what we'll have. All right. So let's see what the question says further. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used in the table. Okay, so let's just take let's go to home and then design view, take a screenshot of that. You don't have to make any changes to this. You don't have to make any changes to the data types and all that. So just take a screenshot, and that's what we'll have here. Copy that, and then of course paste in your evidence. So this should be step 13. Yeah, so I'll paste it right there. I don't even need this extra part here, so I probably will crop it a bit. Probably will do the same for this one. Crop them a little bit. Yeah, okay, so let me just start highlighting. So step 13 is done. So let's go to 14. Create a one-to-many relationship as links between gen code in a game table and gen code in the gen code in generic table and gen code in games table. Okay, so let's go ahead to open let's first of all save our changes here and then close our table. So you want to create relationship. So you want to go to database tool, you want to go to relationship. Now in this case I need a genre for now. I need genre, and then I need game code tables. Okay, so it says that I should gen code in the genre table and gen code in the games table. So here I'm going to carry the genre table here, gen code, click and drag to gen code on games table, and then that establishes one-to-many relationship, as you can see here. So I'll enforce integrity to be sure that every change I make will be made on other tables, right? Yeah, so I'll create that. Okay, so that's it. So as you can see, this one-to-many relationship. So the infinity sign shows many. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead to age code. So the second one will be age code in the classification table and age code in the games table. Okay, so let me import the classification table. So age code here, let me be sure again, please. Age code in classification table and age code in the games table. So age code here, so I'm going to carry it and to the age code over here. Where's age code here? So age code here, all right, in the games table. Just carry that, and then that forms a one-to-many relationship. I'll enforce integrity one more time and then okay that. Okay, so that should give us something here, relationship, right? So that's good. Okay, so place in your evidence document screenshot showing the relationship of screenshot showing the type of relationship between the three tables. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'll actually the three tables. Let me see. So let me just double click on the relationship, and then you have this relationship here. So I probably will take a screenshot twice. So let me just do this. So I'm going to just bring this one closer, just something different, and then I'm going to click on this relationship here, right? So this will show me one-to-many relationship between the gen code and between the general table and then the games table. So probably we'll take a screenshot like this, just to be sure that the examiner will get everything. So I'm going to get this here, so this should be fine. Okay, because the table just between the general table and the games table, right? So I'm going to just take this screenshot like this, and then go ahead to paste in my evidence step as 14. So I'm going to paste this. Okay, so the next one I'm going to also see relationship here. So I'm going to just close this one and then double click on the relationship between the classification and the game table. So I'm going to just bring it down here and then take another screenshot here just to show relationship between the games table and the classification table. So just take a screenshot like this. So that should be fine. Paste that also here. So that should serve as the evidence. Okay, so I can actually let me see. So you can resize and stuff like that, but I'm just going to leave it like this. I don't really bother about that. Okay, so this should be for 14. So everything here is done. Okay, All right, so number 15, add the following as a new record in the games table. Okay, so let me just copy this guy first of all, the games title, copy that guy. So let me go to the games table. So let me save my changes here. Let me just close this, save my changes, and then close everything here, relationship and everything. So let me go and open the games table here, right? So I'm going to go to the last record. So if you see here, this is the last record. Click on it, so it takes you to the last record. So let me add my new record. So I'm going to have the game title here. So the next one will be the release year. Copy that, paste it here. The next one will be gen code. Gen code will be G6. So G6. The next one will be the game code. Game code, I'm going to copy that. Age code will be C3. Game publisher, I think. Game publisher, Creation Arts. Price 18.80 in euros, and I have console Cyrus 360. Copy that, paste that here. Platform GD7. What's the next one? That will be global sales. So mind you that in the examination you're going to be typing, you're not going to be copying though. I'm doing this for convenience sake. Oops, what do I have here? Okay, so 4.86. Let me be sure of that. 4.86, yeah. So I think I'm good with that. So rank will be 203. 203 rank. So I'll paste that. Okay, so that'll be fine. So I'll save that the changes here according from the question. So check your data entry for errors, save the data. So I've done that now. All right, so number 16, using fields from all three tables, produce a tabular report that selects the records where console type begins with the text Cyrus. Okay, release year is 2010 or later. Shows only the fields, games title. So first of all, let's look at this. Let's first of all take care of this. Okay, so let's first of all bring out all the fields, game title, genre, age, category, and all that. So before we now go back to actually filter the table based on the condition. So let's go ahead to do that. So so I've saved my changes here. So let me just close this. So here we're going to use a query. So we're going to go to create. So I'm going to use a query design here. So the tables will be the three tables, I believe. So I'm going to just bring out the three tables here, double click on each of them, and then making sure that all fields are showing pretty well. All right, so the first one will be the first field will be game title. So where's game title here? So I'll double click on it. That joins that appears on the table here, down here. And then the next one will be genre and age category. So I have genre, so it's genre here, and then age category. Where's age category? Okay, age category here. Okay, release year and console type. Release year. Release year here, and then I have console type here. Double click on them, each of them. Console type, and then rank in this order with data and labels displayed in full. So it has to be in this order, and that's why you're making sure that everything is in this order. So I'm going to add a rank to it. Okay. So this is done. So let me just start highlighting the ones that are done so that I don't get confused. So green, so this is done. So do not group the data. So we're not grouping any data here. So the next one will be to sort the data. So first of all, let's filter the data first of all. So where console type begins with the text Cyrus. Okay, so let me just copy that Cyrus. So let's find console type. So under this category of console type, under the category row, where's console type here? So you're gonna just have a Cyrus. So and the question says console type, it begins with the text console type. So you want to have, so this is a wildcard, so you want to put asterisk there after Cyrus. So it means that it will begin with Cyrus and any other text or word, something like that. Okay, so if we decide to run this, so let's run this and see the result. So as you can see, console type here begins with what? Cyrus. For every record here, it begins with Cyrus. So and that is what we need for that. Okay, so the next one will be release year is 2010 or later. So that should be greater or equals to 2010 under the release year. Okay, so we can go back to design view and then go to release year. Release year, which is here under the criteria, release year should be greater or equals to 2010. Okay, so this is what we're going to need here. So you run that. So if you go to release year here, so everything will be either 2010 or more than 2010, right? So this is exactly what we need. So that filters it well. So we can say that we're done with this one. Okay, so the next one will be to sort the data into ascending order of rank. So most of the times I prefer to sort the data in the report, but nevertheless I can sort that in the query also. So let's do that in the query. So sort the data into ascending order of rank. So I can go to so let me just go to design view one more time and then go to rank here, and then under the sort row, you want to have it as ascending. Oh, sorry, ascending, right? Yeah, let's be sure. So the data into ascending order of rank. Okay, so and that puts that in its place. So that's for that. Okay, so I can say that we have done all this here. So you don't have to sort in the report. Okay, so that has been sorted. So everything here has been done. So I think the rest of the question we can do that in the report. Okay, so everything has been done in the query here. So what I'm going to do here is to save my changes. So of course it will require me to save the changes. Now you can either give it a name, a suggestive name, or you can save it like that. So I prefer to save it like that because this is just the first query one. So I'm just going to okay that and save it. Okay, yeah, so I'll close everything here. Okay, so the next thing that I want to now create a report based on the query that we've created. So I'm going to just go to report wizard here. So what I'm going to do is first of all select the query. So the report will be based on the query. Okay, so I'll just push it to the next, to the selected field, and then move next. No grouping, please. So we'll move next, and then we'll keep going. So here is the place that you need to be careful. Okay, so you need to read the question using field from the three tables, produce a tabular report. So here table has to be selected, tabular has to be selected. So it has to be, let's see the question to know whether it is in portrait. So has a portrait orientation. Okay, page orientation of a portrait. So that should take care of that. So you want to make sure that portrait is selected here, which is already by default. Fit on a single page. Okay, which already has been taken care of because it's already checked down here. Okay, that's fine. All right. Includes only the title latest Cyrus console games. So I'm going to just copy that. Displayed in a larger font, fully visible at the top of the page. Okay, so I'm going to give it the name, and then by virtue it's going to actually like give it a title. So just see what I'll do next. So here I'm going to just give it that name. So when you give it the name, whatever name you give it is going to appear as the title in the final report. Okay, so if I okay this and then preview that, you see that the latest Cyrus game have been given as a title, okay, which is what we actually want. So I'm going to exit here and make some couple of changes. So I'm going to go to layout view here, and then of course make this to be bigger. So go to format, make it bold, and then probably take it to 26, size 26, something like that, from what the question says. Okay, displayed in a larger font size, fully visible at the top of the page. So this is my way of making it larger, right? So the next thing that we need to do actually is to make sure that all the fields are showing pretty well, right? So what I'm going to do, rank here, I will click on the rank heading and then hold down my control key, click on the rest, and then adjust it a little bit. Okay, so I think everything should be fine here. Console, do the same thing. Console, hold down my control key here, adjust it a bit, and then move this one to the right a bit. The same thing with a year of release. I think this should take up a little more space. Let me just go back a little further. Yeah, so category here, whatever category, adjust it a bit. Okay, so I think this should give me something reasonable. Here I have genre, hold down my control key one more time, and then adjust this to the right just to give space for the game title. Let me just move it a little bit, so making sure that everything is not overlapping. Okay, nothing overlaps. Okay, so we're good with that. So the game title, just adjustment. So click on the first, on the title here, and then hold down control key and click on the rest, and then you'll be able to adjust it, everything at once. So I'll adjust everything. So I think everything is showing pretty well now. So all our data, everything is showing the way it's supposed to. So I'm just going to like center align this just to align well with the age category. The same thing with the age, the year of release. So I'll just center align them. Probably rank, I will do that for a rank. Okay, so just to make sure everything shows properly. Okay, so I think that's fine. So I think we've been able to do this, right? So the next one will be, has your name, center number, and candidate number on the report. Okay, so you have to be careful here. So I'm going to go to the design view here. So what I want to do for us to add this, you don't want to use the report footer. I think it's preferably to use the page footer, so that if you have multiple pages, it will appear on every page. Your name will appear on every page. So I'm going to just use the label here, and then of course have my name. So my name is Kechukwu, comma, my center number NG156, comma 0004 will be my candidate number. So you want to okay that, and then let's go back to the report view here, and then you can see we have my name and everything here. Okay, I think that's about it for this particular report. Okay, select everything. So save and print your report. So I can save my changes, so I can go ahead, save my changes. I can go to file and then go to print preview. So I've got print preview here. So this is what I have. Okay, everything is showing pretty well. So what I'm going to do is actually to print. So I'm going to print to PDF here. So I'm going to, which step is this? This is step 16. Step 16. Step 16 print out. Okay, so you can save that there. Okay, so your work has been saved, more like in a printable form. Okay, so let's check that work area. So this is what you have, so you can always print it at any given time in the middle of the examination. All right, I think that's about it for this. So I'll save that changes and then close this one. All right. So the next question, number 17, it says, using fields from the games table and classification table, produce a tabular report that selects the records where game title includes the text Thomas. Age code is C3 or C7. Contains a field contains a new field called sales underscore percentage, which is calculated at runtime. So we're going to have a runtime calculation. This field will display the percentage sales for each game. In the selection, the total number of games sold was 354. So use global sales divided by 354, then multiplied by 100. Format this field to display with 2 decimal places. Okay, so we're going to ignore all this. I think where we're going to start will be from here, from the third question here. Okay, so let's first of all, let's go and create our query. So let me just go ahead. So it has to be between the classification and the games. So you want to go to create, you want to go to query design, and then let's bring out classification and then games. Okay, so these are what we need. Okay, so let's bring out the fields. So this is more important. So first of all, choose only the fields: game title, age category. Let's bring them out. Game title, age category, global sales, game publisher, global sale. Where are you? Global sales, yeah. Games publisher, where are you? Game publisher, okay. Console type and price. Console type, where's console here? Console type and then price. Okay, so we brought them all up, and then the last one will be the sales underscore percentage, which is the run time field in this order. Okay, with data and labels displayed in full do not group. Okay, so our job now is to actually show the what's it called, the sales underscore percentage. Okay, so if you look at what is the question here, let me just use this. So you find out that it's going to be, so the formula here we're going to use will be global sales divided by, so let me say global underscore sales. So let me begin with what's it called, bracket here, so that it doesn't confuse us. Okay, so global sales divided by 354, right? So let me just close that, and then multiply by 100. So this is the formula we're going to use, okay, for our runtime calculation. Okay, so this is what we're going to use here. So for us to do that, okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do, let me just copy this. So this would be the field name, right? So let me just copy that, and then let's go and create our runtime calculation. So click on the next column right there, then go to builder. So from builder, we are creating this. So where is a global sales? So if you look at your tables, you see that global sales should be within the games table. So what we're going to do here, you want to go to this expression element column here. So you want to get to your database. So database 6. So you have to know database that you're operating with. So you go to the table. So I'm interested in the game. So I'm going to click on the game. So I'm going to bring out the global sales. So click on the global sales, or double click on the global sales. Yeah. So global sales. So that brings it out here. Okay. So what I'm going to do to actually control it is to put brackets before it. So I'm supposed to start it with bracket actually. Okay, so global sale. So I'm going to have divided by 354. Okay, so I'm going to close that. So of course we're just using our board maths order of operation, and then multiply by 100, something like this. Okay, so let me just explain this. So this here shows you that this is coming from, this field is coming from a games table, and then of course this is the name of the field, so it doesn't really matter, just like you normally see in Excel. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to be. All right, so you can okay that. Okay, so when you okay that, the calculation has been made for you here. Okay, so but it's going to give you the default name. The field is going to give you the default name of expression one, express one. So you're going to remove the express one and then write your own sales underscore percentage. Okay, so I just pasted it because I already copied it before. So make sure that this colon here is there. That colon tells access that a formula is coming afterwards, something like that. Okay, so these are the formula that we've used. Okay, so which is fine, right? So we can go ahead to run our runtime, and then you can see it is here. So the sales underscore percentage is here. So we've done the runtime calculation. Okay, so of course I think there are more to it. Let's see. So format this field to display with two decimal places. Okay, so we need to make it to display with two decimal places. We don't need that much decimal places. So as you've clicked on it, you go to property sheets here. You go to decimal places. You want to actually choose two decimal places. Yep, and then that's it. So let me just run it one more time and see. Oops. Okay, so the decimal place is showing, so we need to fix it to make sure that it shows. So you want to go back to the property sheet one more time. So you want to go to format. So when you must have put the two decimal places, so you want to go to format here and then make sure you choose fixed. Okay, and then that should be able to fix that for us. So when you run that, that should give you the correct decimal places. Okay, so that's fine. So this is our query. So let's see the next. Let's see other things. So we've been able to create the runtime calculation. So this is done. Okay, so the next one, let's first of all query the table. So filter the table. So have selected the record where game title includes the text Thomas. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that. So we're going to still use wildcard here. So where the game title includes the text Thomas. So under the criteria here, you want to have the wildcard. So I'm going to start with asterisk. So asterisk will tell access that any word or letter that comes before, and then of course I'm going to paste Thomas. So any word or letter that comes after, that's what the next asterisk will do. Okay, so for the record, every record under game start tool will have Thomas. Okay, as you can see here, it has it. So if you check everywhere here, they all have Thomas somewhere. Okay, so here, as you can see, TOMS, so it contains that word. So because of the asterisk that we put before the Thomas, so it's going to bring up everything here, and then anything that comes after. Okay, so if you look at this one too, let's say, okay, so this one contains Thomas. So here, Thomas, it contains the word Thomas. So we are very, very correct with what we've done. Okay, good. So the next one will be age code is C3 or C7. So I can just copy that. That's quite simple. So we'll go under age code here. Let's go to our design view one more time. Let's go under age code. Where's age code here? So there's no age code here. So as you can see, amongst our fields, so we need to bring out age code. So what we're going to do, let's go there, and age code. Where's age code here? Age code from the games table. So let's just bring out age code. So age code, we need it for the query. Okay, after which we remove it. So where age code is, so under the criteria row, so you want to have the C3 or C7. You need to type this actually, and then you can click and then see that under the age code we have only C3 and then C7. Sorry. Okay. All right, so we don't really need that field age code. We just needed it for the query. So you can go and uncheck it. When you uncheck it, you check that it has gone. So we don't need it as for our query. Okay. Okay, so that's for that. So everything here, we're done with this side. Okay. Okay, good. So sort the data into ascending order of console type. So let's go ahead to do that here. Ascending order of console type. So you find console type here. So under the sort row, you want to have ascending right there. So that will take care of that. And then the next one will be descending order of global sales. So global sales, where's global sales? Here, descending. So you want to choose descending here, and that should take care of that. Okay. So I will global sales. So I think I will also highlight this. That should take care of the sorting. Okay. So I think we're done with the query here. So the rest of the other question, we're going to handle them in the report. Okay. So let's save our changes. So this will be query 2. So I will leave it as query 2, and then okay that. Okay. And then I'll close everything, and then I'll go ahead to create a report. So my report will be based on my query 2. So I'm going to choose query 2 here, and then move every field to the right, and then next, and then next. We don't need to group it, and next we've already sorted. So here is the place we're going to be careful about. So it has to be tabular, and then of course we have to adjust it to fit on a single page, right? And then let's see whether it is a portrait or landscape orientation from the question. So has a page orientation of what? Landscape. So that we should bear in mind. Okay, so we have to move it to landscape here. And then what's the next thing? The next thing is fit a single page width. Okay, so which we already selected that. So include only the title. So I'm going to just select this title here. Displayed in a larger font, fully visible at the top of the page, just like we did in the first report. Okay, so fit on a single page. We've taken care of that because we've checked the appropriate radio button here, which is here. Okay, we've taken care of that, so we can go next. Here I'm going to give you that name which I copied, so you have to type it during the examination, so that whatever name you give it here will give you the title, right? So that's why I choose to do that most of the times. Okay, so we can finish and preview. So as you can see the title here. So I will close this and then go back to layout view, and then of course make this a little larger. So go to format, and then of course make it to be probably 26 should be fine. Make it bold. Okay, so that should be good enough. If you want, you can center align it, but I'm not going to center align it. I'm fine with that. So the first thing I want to do is, first of all, arrange the data, the fields to be visible, right? So let me go to price, hold down my control key, click on the details, and then move it a little to the left, and then sales, make sure that it is fully visible. Okay. Yeah, price. So let me just manage the space here a little better. Okay, so making sure that all your data, everything is showing pretty well. So the console type, so you need to, just like we've been doing, move it to the right just to make sure that everything is well arranged. Okay, so game publisher, hold down my control key, click on the details, and then move it to the right, move everything to the right here. Okay, so everything is showing well here. So sales, hold down control key one more time, then move it to the right too here. So that should be fine. And then category, hold down my control key one more time, and then move to the right. Okay, here. Okay, so I'm going to click on the details here, and then probably center align them just like I did the other one. Center align them just to align them well. The same thing with the sales, center align it. Okay, good. So for the game title, you want to be sure that everything is showing pretty well. So make way very well for the game title, making sure everything is showing. I think nothing is overlapping, so we are good with that. So all data, everything is showing pretty well. Okay, so I think here we're done with this. Okay, so the next question will be calculate average price and places this below the price column at the end of the report. Okay, format this value as a currency with 2 decimal places. Okay, So first of all, average. So calculate the average price. Okay. So please see this below the price. So let's look for price. So this is the price here. So you can click on the price one more time and then right click and then go to total. You want to see average here. So you can click on average. So that should give us average below, and then it has already formatted it to 2 decimal places and then the currency value that we're using. So which is fine. Okay. So format this value as a currency with 2 decimal places. So we've done that already. So this done. Okay. So the next one has the label average game price. So let me just copy that label, fully visible to the left of this value. Okay. So you want to go back there. You want to right click. You want to go to set caption. And then select and then paste that in there. So let's see how it goes. Let's adjust it a bit to the left, making sure nothing is overlapping each other. So I will just adjust it a little more to be closer. Okay. Oops. Okay, I think it's coming from here, so I need to adjust this one. So I think it's fine. So it's fine the way it looks. So has your name, center number, and candidate number in the footer of the report, so it appears in the same position on every page. So this is very, very important. So we're going to get this done. So let me do this in design view. So for us to add our name, you have to do it in the page footer. If you do this in the report footer, your name is going to just appear on the last page. So if you have about 2 or 3 pages to print, it will appear on the last page. So your name, serial number, and candidate number will never show on the first page. So for you to show on every page, you have to put your name here. So I want to adjust here. Let me just go down a little bit. So you have to put it in the page footer. Okay. So I'll go to label, click on label, and then have my name, center number, and candidate number. So my name, Kechukwu Anolefo, comma, center number NG156, comma, 0004 as my candidate number. So this will appear on every page. Okay, right. So let's go ahead, print preview. Okay, let me see. Let me go back to layout view and then see that everything is good. Okay, so I can actually go to file and then go to print preview and then see everything. So as you can see, for every printout, for every page, so this has 2 pages actually. So this is one of 2. My name will show on every page. So if I go to the next one, so my name will show on it too. So I think we are in order. Okay, so I think everything here is done. Okay, so I'll highlight that. So save and print your report. So let me just save my changes, and I'll go ahead to print the report to PDF. Okay, just like we normally do. So this should be step what? Step 17. This should be step 17. Step 17. Printouts. Okay, so I'll save that. Okay, so that should have all your work, all your printout out there. Okay, so I think we're done with this, so I can close this. So let's see the preceding question. So place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the database formula used to calculate the average price. Make sure that the formula is fully visible. Okay, so this is actually the last one. So so we're going to go to the report again. The second report, I forgot. Second report is which one is it again? Is that I forgot. So Junior Thomas Games, right? I think. So let me go to design view and then see. Yeah, that's it here. So let me just adjust this and then open this up a little bit just to get the formula. Okay, so let me just open this a bit. So make sure that the formula, everything is showing pretty well. So I'm going to take a screenshot of the formula used here. So this is the formula that was used. So I'm going to copy that. So everything is showing pretty well. Copy that. So this is step 17. So I'm just going to paste it right here. So that is what is needed right there. Okay, so I think everything is done here. So I think we're done. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. So I'm going to leave the file, the work that I've done, all the work and the question, my work area, every work that the finished work. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it in the description, but the question, so you can maybe use it to do whatever you want to do. All right. So thank you so much, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.